Namaskar, Jajolapa, good afternoon. As usual, it's me, Liladhar Adhikari from Kirtipur Secondary School with you in grade 9 English class that is being broadcast through the radio waves of Neva FM 106.6 MHz, which is the presentation of Anak Media for Nepal Bhasha Academy. And this radio class is organized by Kirtipur municipality to help you all students in your study at this difficult time caused by COVID-19 pandemic. Dear all, how are you doing? I am okay too. Thank you. Welcome to this class. Do you remember what we discussed in our radio English class last week? Exactly. We discussed the importance of the English language and various ways to improve our English with reference to a personal letter written by Nima to her brother Lakpa. Students, can you tell me any two of the ways suggested by Nima to improve her brother's English? You are right. Using a good English dictionary and talking to the foreign tourists. Dear students, in the class today, there is something more interesting. First of all, let me remind you of a wonderful nursery rhyme that you chanted repeatedly when you were a little child. Can you guess what it is? That's it. Perhaps it is the most popular nursery rhyme or lullaby of all time after it was composed. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. You may think we are not nursery children anymore. Why this? Have you ever thought of the composer or writer of these beautiful lines? Dear students, we should learn to be grateful to them who made our childhood wonderful and colorful with these lines. They are Anne and Jane Taylor, two sisters. Being the English writers and poets, they have given us many other poems and literary works with long-lasting popularity. In today's class, we are going to read one of their best poems, The Foolish Fish. Dear all, are you with pen and paper and your grade 9 English textbook? So, open your book on page number 31 and exercise number 5 on the page. Look at the pictures on the next page and guess the answers of the following questions. Question number A. What is the poem about? What is the poem about? Question number B. Did the mother fish allow her child to take a bite? Once again, did the mother fish allow her child to take a bite? Well, now you study the two sets of pictures given in your textbook. What can you see in the first picture, students? Yes, you can see two fish in the water and they are going to the fish hook that is covered by a worm. Do you know what a fish hook is? It's a curved piece of metal used for trapping or catching fish. The one end of the fish hook is connected with a thread and the next is sharp and pointed. The sharp end is covered or hidden with a worm like earthworm to lure the fish, to attract the fish. Well, now what can you see in the second picture? Where is the fish now? You are right. You can see the fate of the little fish. It's been pulled out of water. It's been pulled up out of water with the hook that was under the control of a man on the side of the river. Dear students, now what is the poem about? You guess. Good. It's all about the fate of a fish, the little fish, the innocent fish. And did the mother fish allow her child to take a bite? Definitely not, because she was experienced and mature. My dear students, this is now reading time. If you have your textbook with you, read line by line aloud. If not, listen to it. I'm going to read for you. Remember, after you listen or read, you have to do the activities that follow. It's not only a poem, but also a story. It's quite interesting. Well, while reading or listening, you may highlight the new words that you see in the poem. Later on, we discuss them. Now, I am going to read the poem for you. The Foolish Fish. Dear mother, said a little fish, is that a worm I see? I'm very hungry and I wish you'd get the worm for me. Sweet innocent, the mother cried and started from her nook. That worm you see is there to hide the sharpness of a hook. As I have heard, the little trout was young and foolish too, and presently he ventured out to learn what might be true. Around about the worm he played with many a longing look, and dear me, to himself he said, I am sure there is no hook. I think I'll give one little bite. And that was what he did. And thus he died in hapless plight by not doing as he was bid. Dear students, now let's guess the meaning of the words in the context of the poem. Let me give you the meanings of some of the words in the poem. You have to find these words in the poem. Please write down the meanings on your paper. Number 1, corner or a narrow hiding spot. Once again, number 1, corner, C-O-R-N-E-R, corner or a narrow hiding spot. Number 2, having no knowledge or no sense of bad things. Having no knowledge or no sense of bad things. Number 3, a bad or dangerous situation. A bad or dangerous situation. Number 4, silly or stupid. Number 4, silly or stupid. Number 5, name of a common freshwater fish. Name of a common freshwater fish. Well, now search for the words in the poem. Are you searching for them? Number 1, have you found? Let me give you hints. The word is in the 6th line. Correct. It's nook. Fish are hiding in the nook to save themselves from the fisherman who throws his fish net to trap them. I have used the word nook in the sentence. You can do likewise. Number 2, the meaning is having no knowledge or no sense of something bad. Sometimes good too, but in our present context, evil or bad thing. Having no knowledge or no sense of bad thing. Often children are of this nature or quality. Can you guess what is the word? You are right. Innocent. In the 5th line, can you use this word in your own sentence, dear students? Good. Little children or babies may eat anything they get. Little children or babies may eat anything they get because they are innocent. Now, number 3. The meaning is a bad or dangerous situation. If you remove the first letter of this word, it means the opposite of dark or the opposite of heavy. Now guess, what is that word? If you remove the first letter of this word with this meaning, a bad or dangerous situation, it means the opposite of dark or the opposite of heavy. You are really intelligent. It's plight. Now, let me make a sentence using plight. You have seen the plight of poor people, especially workers, due to lockdown caused by COVID-19. They have been unemployed or jobless, and finally, they have been penniless. Number 4, silly or stupid. There are 7 letters in this word. I am giving you hints. And last 4 letters and the last 4 letters of a popular language in the world are same. The last 4 letters of this word and the last 4 letters of a popular language in the world are same. Can you find the word in the poem? Exactly. It is foolish. You have made a foolish mistake. You are eating without washing your hands. You have made a foolish mistake because you are eating without washing your hands in this corona time. Now, the last number of this activity, number 5. Name of a common freshwater or river fish. Name of a common freshwater or river fish. Line number 9 contains this word. Good job. It's trout. Trout, name of a fish. It lives in freshwater or river. Trout fishing is a competitive sport in some countries. Trout fishing is a competitive sport in some countries. There is a kind of competition of trout fishing in some countries. There are the fish, such kind of fish in Nepal too, in Nuakot. You have heard the name rainbow trout, name of the fish.
Bahasa Sahihnya Persukiasa telah ikut Hamzah. Liladhar, Liladhar aku garaya lagi.
My dear students, welcome back again to Grade 9 English class. Next, let me lead to you another activity, that is true or false. Well, listen carefully and write down the statements first. Number 1. The little fish was hungry. The little fish was hungry. Number 2. The mother fish saw the worm first. The mother fish saw the worm first. Number 3. The mother was sure that the hook was hidden inside the worm. The mother was sure that the hook was hidden inside the worm. And number 4. The little fish knew that there was the hook. The little fish knew that there was the hook. Now, number 5, the last number of true false. The little fish ran away from the worm. The little fish ran away from the worm. Students, now read the poem once again or listen to it. I will be reciting the poem for you and say true or false against the statements with reason. Remember, you have to say true or false with reason. Now, listen carefully. Dear mother, said a little fish, is that a worm I see? I am very hungry and I wish you'd get the worm for me. Sweet innocent, the mother cried and started from her nook. That worm you see is there to hide the sharpness of a hook. As I have heard, the little trout was young and foolish too, and presently he ventured out to learn what might be true. Around about the worm he played with many a longing look, and dear me, to himself he said, I'm sure there is no hook. I think I'll give one little bite. And that was what he did. And thus he died in hapless plight by not doing as he was bid. Now, dear students, let's discuss the statements, whether they are true or false. Number 1. The little fish was hungry. True or false? You are right. It's true. That's why it wanted its mother to get the worm for it? Number 2. The mother fish saw the worm first. It's false. The baby saw it first and informed its mother. Number 3. The mother was sure that the hook was hidden inside the worm. This statement is true because the mother was experienced and mature. Number 4. The little fish knew that there was the hook. It's false. He didn't know about it, didn't believe in his mother, and went to eat the worm. Question number 5. The little fish ran away from the worm. It's false too. Instead of running away, it approached quite nearer and finally lost its life due to its insistent nature. Students, now let's discuss the questions on page number 33, exercise number 2, that is read and answer. Question number A. What does the baby fish want the mother to do? Well, it wants her to get the worm for him. B. Why does the baby fish want to get the worm? You are right. It wants to get it because it is hungry. C. Does the mother fish get the worm for her young one? Why? Why not? Well, your answer is excellent. No, she doesn't get it for her child because there is the hook cunningly hidden with the worm. Question number D. Why was the young trout foolish? Exactly, he was foolish because he didn't listen to his mother and didn't know the plight himself. Question number E. What lesson does the poem teach us? Yes, students, you have given the answer in many different ways. However, the theme of your answers is the same. That is, we shouldn't be insistent and disobey our parents, elders and seniors because they are definitely more experienced than us and they worry about our misfortune and wish for well-being. My dear all, now we are at the end of today's class. Finally, let me summarize the poem for you. Once there was a hungry baby fish. He lived with his mother in a fresh water river. Meanwhile, he saw a worm. As his mouth was watering, he requested his mother to get the worm for him. The mother observed the situation very carefully and warned the baby that the worm was only the covering. There was a hook inside it to trap the fish. Despite his mother's warning, the insistent little fish swam towards the worm. He didn't notice any hook there and greedily gave a bite. At once, he was trapped with the hook, pulled out of the water by the fisherman. And this is the end of the innocent, young, inexperienced, foolish little fish. Well, that's the end of our live hour. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have got grade 10 English coming up next at 1 p.m. Dear students, don't forget to tune in with me, your English teacher, Liladhar Adhikari, at 12:30 next week. Finally, let me express my gratitude to Miss Sarana Maharjan. You've supported me as a technician in the studio. Dear all, have a wonderful day ahead. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.